Disclaimer: this video is not meant for kids, but for a general audience as a whole, meaning teens, adults, and seniors may also enjoy the video for production value and nostalgia. With that said, please enjoy. Northwestern Railway, what's your function? Pleasing lots of people by a massive handful. Trains! They haul everything safely and on time. Tracks! They connect the industries built along the line. They got the stuff to keep this railway shining like a star. The trains, tracks, and bridges, oh, they'll get you pretty far. Northwestern Railway, what's your function? Pleasing lots of people by a massive handful. Northwestern Railway, how's that function? Working really hard and being very careful. Nuclear nuisance.
Sandbach, what is with the screaming? It's 4:49 in the morning.
Sorry, George. I just had a nightmare.
Well, try dreaming a good dream. I'm trying to sleep.
Sandbot is a Foden Lorry who lives and works with the Sodor Island Council. His main job is delivering tarmac to any part of Sodor roadways that are in need of repairs, whether to patch up cracks or fill in potholes. He would sometimes co-work with George the Steamroller, although they would sometimes get into verbal disputes and quarrels.
Dang it, George. I told you to set up the warning signs.
Well, had your scream not wake me up, I wouldn't be this sleep deprived.
But, surprisingly contrary to George, who is against railways, Sandbot actually has a soft spot for them. He would always honk a friendly hello whenever the trains pass by. But he's a tad bashful to talk with the engines, including James, whom crashed into some tar wagons from what he heard. One day, Percy was to deliver some trucks of uranium to Tidmouth Station, where Andrew, nowadays called Walter again, will take the trucks of uranium up to the nuclear module power plant at Drogheny-Clagan. But before reaching Tidmouth Station, Percy had to pick up a well wagon in order to pick up Sandbot from Elsbridge Crossing. He was going to the power plant too.
Hello there. You must be the Foden Lorry I must deliver.
I am, yes. The name's Sandbach. And you?
I'm Percy, member of the Farquhar folks, and the number 6 of the Northwestern Railway.
As Percy traveled from the branch line and onto the main line, Sandbot stared in awe with all the railway's infrastructure. Eventually, they reached Tidmouth Station where Walter was waiting, and he took the train from there and traveled along the Little Western and the Harwick branch line.
You're going to love the power plant. It's really not as bad as most people think it is.
Before the terminal station, there's a small junction that diverts away from the branch line and travels over 10 miles away, reaching Drogheny-Clagan. And it's there where they arrived at the nuclear module power plant.
Whoa!
You said it.
Walter dropped off the trucks of uranium, and Sandbot got off the well wagon and got to work sealing up the cracks in the pavement. After dropping everything off, Walter had to pick up some nuclear waste that was loaded onto some flatbeds known as a flask train. He had to take it all the way down to Tidmouth, where a pair of diesels would then take the flask train away from Sodor and on to Sellafield at the mainland. Sandbot was absolutely amazed by all the functions of the power plant.
Hit it, Joe!
Good morning, Walter. What are you up to?
Good morning, Thomas. I just dropped that sandbach off of the power plant. There's some cracks on the pavement needed to be sealed.
Oh, I see. I hope you'll be okay over there. Nuclear power plants must be treacherous to work at.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's true, though accidents at the power plant are quite slim.
That is true, but if there was an accident, my driver watches a show where the main character works at a power plant. And then there are these accidents with radiation and mutation. And what if the plant explodes?
Okay, honestly, I think we could have simply stopped at the sentence, "Nuclear power plants must be treacherous to work at." But now that we've already dug ourselves into this hole with the topic of radiation and mutation, I feel as though it'd be best to explain the contrary to those kinds of beliefs. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Debunked Facts. Now, in regards for today's topic being about nuclear power and radiation, I feel like I should clarify things. First and foremost, if a nuclear power plant were to explode, it would be more of a steam explosion rather than a fiery explosion. It's not a nuclear bomb, it's a nuclear power plant. It generates power, not weapons. Secondly, if any life form were to contact with the radiated atmosphere, it won't be as severely frightening as portrayed in media. It would just be more deformalities. Like, birds getting deformed beaks and smaller brains, spiders getting a drug effect from the atmosphere and making asymmetrical webbings, and abandoned dogs and wolves would adapt to survive through the radiated atmosphere, but at the price of getting a shorter lifespan. Oh yeah, and for humans, they would get the short end of the stick by getting a one-way ticket to cancer. So there you have it, the realistic, accurate portrayals of what happens during a fallout. Hope that helps. So there you have it. If anything, nuclear power plants are one of the safest ways to collect electricity, let alone working there. What happened in Chernobyl was basically shoddy construction, overlooked safety features, all the while the Soviet Union was crumbling down. A lot of things were given a bad name because of certain events. Like, nuclear power plants because of Chernobyl, ocean liners because of the Titanic, sharks thanks to Jaws from 1975, and the novel year prior. So, all in all, as long as everyone at that plant knows what they're doing, things will be okay. Back at the plant, Sandbot had just finished patching up the cracks and was waiting for another train to take him home. Work continued to be fine at the plant until an alarm system went off.
Warning, problem in Sector 7G.
Sector 7G? Where is that?
The cooling room! Oh!
The staff members went into the cooling room and looked in horror.
The cooling room? Isn't that the AC system?
No, The cooling room. Regulate the temperature of the course. Without it, the course will overheat, leading to explosion.
Explosion imminent. Oh my god, the plant's going to explode!
Try venting the heat vapor.
Wait, I know. Vent gas. Pressure too high. Tank must be shut down manually.
The override shutdown button is in another part of the building. If we can run, we can make it.
Oi, less talking, more spinning.
I'll prepare the evacuations.
EMSs started to go off across the island. Wait, what does that warning say? A nuclear power plant threatening to explode?
Dude, check the news. It doesn't matter what channel.
Breaking news! The nuclear modular power plant at Dragoney-Clagan is fit for a steam explosion from a potential core meltdown. Evacuations are being commenced as we speak. Citizens from Arlesdale, Ballsween, and Harwick are fleeing their local towns. Stay where you are! There's an explosion threat at Dragoney-Clagan!
Explosion threat? You mean the power plant's gonna blow up?
George the Steamroller was trundling on his way to River Tid to fill up on water when he heard the ruckus from Tidmouth Station.
What's going on? What's with the gathering?
It's the nuclear module power plant at Dragoney-Clagan! It's fit to burst!
The power plant? Wait, Sandbach is there. Filling potholes? Oh lord, please let him be alright!
These unfortunate people here will be instantly killed. This circle, which I am sad to say we are in, will experience a slower, considerably more painful death.
Good lord! After the meltdown, we can expect roving bands.
Hey, I don't like this program.
Danger jam. Traffic for hours.
That was really bad.
Sandbot was in a state of panic. Everyone else seemed to be fleeing but him. There was no time for a pickup. He was stranded. He looked over and saw some rushing staff members trying to reach the override shutdown button.
The override shutdown button's down there.
Drats! I underestimate the distance. We will make it!
90 seconds to core meltdown.
You want me to lift?
Great, punch it. Ah, it won't fit. We're doomed.
We're goners.
1 minute to core meltdown.
I didn't expect this to be part of your retirement, sir.
I'm not retiring. I'm transferring to Sellafield.
Tires! That's it! Quick, deflate my tires a bit. It should reduce my height just enough.
Sandbot rolled and gritted as hard as he could, trying to reach the other side.
30 seconds to core meltdown.
Come on! Drat. I'm running on rims.
We're close enough. We'll continue by foot.
15 seconds to core meltdown.
Hurry, lads!
Turn your keys, sir.
All systems returning to normal. Danger neutralized. Have a nice day.
Everyone exhaled a sigh of relief.
We did it! The plant is saved.
The next day, George chuffered quickly to the Tidmouth's town square. There was to be a ceremony to celebrate Sandbot's heroism. But he didn't hear a word about Sandbot's condition. He didn't know if he was alive or not.
Sandbach, where are you, lad? God forbid you didn't make it saving the plant. Look, I know we had disputes, but if there was one thing we've learned from Wales, it's to be considerate of others' well-being. So please, if you're out there, I swear, I'll...
Focus on your work?
Yeah, I'll focus on my work and,
Leave the railway at peace?
And leave the railways at peace, of course.
And it's trains?
And it's trains.
Promise.
That's a Oh, why you little tosspot? I'm so... Glad you're okay, pal.
Everyone had a good laugh, and the mayor made his speech. Sandbot Foden, along with a few other staff members of the power plant, for your courageous acts of preventing a 3 Mile Island sequel, we would like to bestow upon you all medals of honor.
Thanks a ton, Mr. Mayor. It's the least we could do.
Sandbot smiled broadly from turning wheel to turning wheel. Everyone cheered and honked and whistled for Sandbot. Even George had to admit he was strongly impressed. Nowadays, even if it was up to an extent, George the Steamroller had a much deeper respect for Sandbach the Foden Lorry. And as for the railways, word was quickly spreading out about Sandbach's heroism. Now all the engines wanted to interact with Sandbach and even whistle and honk hello whenever they can. Even James was delighted to encounter Sandbach. Sandbach knew that the praise wouldn't last long, but one way or another, he is still happy to be a reliable lorry for the Sodor Island Council. So, is he like the new horrid lorry?
No!